Stevie Lynn here, and welcome to the Earth-Based Kitchen. And today we are going to be making a summer spiced smoothie bowl. And what has inspired me to make this is that there are so many people out there who are craving pumpkin spice lattes right now, but it's too early. It's too hot. Pumpkins aren't even in season. I don't know if Starbucks has them out yet. It's just not time. I just don't think we should rush things. So I've created this summer spiced smoothie to satisfy that craving, but still being loyal to the season. I understand that people are craving cool weather and fall, and yes, it's a lovely time, but it's a lovely time now. So let's slow down and enjoy the time and not just throw it away. I like to use a very pale colored squash, like these patty pan squashes, because if I use like a green, like zucchini, it's going to cancel out the orange of the carrots and it's just not going to be the most vibrant color. So I'm going to steam them for about 4 to 5 minutes. And you could do this ahead of time, 6 hours ahead or a day before. And then I'm going to freeze them. And that's it, and they're good to go. And I do this, I batch this, I do this ahead of time sometimes, you know, at the beginning of the week. Okay, so you saw how I prepared the squash, how I froze it. So we got the frozen squash here, we got some frozen banana, we got some frozen peaches. So you don't have to steam the squash or freeze it if you don't want to, but it does help. You know, you won't have to add ice to your smoothie. I'm using actually 3 carrots, and I really like the flavor of carrots and bananas. So I kind of want that to be prominent. That's just my personal opinion. This smoothie is to inspire you. It's not like an actual recipe. I'm just breaking it up like this. So you could peel them, and peeling them will get rid of a little bit of bitterness. But there's going to be sweetness in the smoothie, so take off the end. It's just me eating it. Oops, I missed the sink. That's okay, Smokey likes them. So the anatomy of a smoothie. What does a smoothie have? It has sweetness. So the carrots are sweet, the peaches are sweet, the bananas are sweet. I'm gonna add a little bit of maple syrup. The cinnamon is sweet. I'm using a coconut homemade yogurt. It's not sweetened at all. I do have a video, I believe, where I make coconut cultured yogurt. I think I have a video, I hope I do. And I'm using a little milk because I like my smoothies creamy. That's another element. Smoothies can be creamy if you want them to be. They don't have to be. So to make mine creamy, and I use the Elmhurst milk cashews. It only has 2 ingredients. It's just cashews and water. Yeah. And this is great. It actually foams up too. Like you can froth your milk. You can heat it and froth it, and you can make a good cappuccino. Just 2 ingredients. None of the added sugars. None of like the maltose. It's an Oatly. It's healthy. Smokey, do you need water? So my dog rings the bell whenever he wants something from me. So like bananas provide creaminess. And the squash, the summer squash, will provide some creaminess too. It will definitely add body. It's another thing you want some body, you want some fullness in your smoothie. Like imagine like just a lemon smoothie. It wouldn't be very full, it'd be very thin. It would be basically like a lemon ice. It wouldn't be a smoothie. So you need fullness, which the carrots and the squash and the banana will add fullness, and even the yogurt. In this case, because we're doing a summer spiced smoothie, you need spice. You need a little tang. I think a little tang is good. We get that with the peaches. You don't need a lot of tang, but you have to have tang. Just a tiny bit, if not a lot, because that's what brings the bananas and the squash and the carrot. They need a little bit of tangy spark to bring them out. To make them alive, if that makes sense. You need a dash of salt. A dash of salt will bring out the sweetness and will remove the bitterness. Saltiness actually plugs into the bitter receptor in your tongue. Something like that. I heard that a long time ago and I just believe it. I like allspice. So I'm doing about an inch of ginger. Peel it a little bit. I'm not gonna go crazy. I don't mind a little skin. So I'm just taking off a little bit. So we got this, about this much. You can add your nutrition, like, you know, whatever you want. I'm putting a little flaxseed in mine. I have hemp hearts, which I'll just decorate the top of the smoothie bowl with. You can put coconut. You can put more fruit. I'm keeping mine simple. I put banana. I might put some banana in it. I'll decorate mine with some banana. Some banana, some hemp hearts, some cinnamon, a drizzle of maple syrup, and it's all gonna be good. You just throw all of these in here. And you can add things to it. Like I was originally going to put an apple in there, but I ate the apple and I just totally forgot about it. Put some of this cashew milk in it. Shake my coconut yogurt. Some cinnamon. Bit of cinnamon because I put so much ginger in it. And cinnamon's really good for blood sugar. And I'm putting some turmeric. If I had fresh turmeric, that's what I would use. I'm probably putting in about a tablespoon of it. However much maple syrup that you want, it's about a tablespoon. And you can put dates in there instead, some dried fruit, whatever you want to make it sweet. Put about a tablespoon of flaxseed. Is good for, it's omega-3, fiber, and a pinch of salt. And we just blend it up. We start slow and then we bring it up to fast. I actually didn't make this as thick as I usually make it. I usually make it more like ice cream. I usually make it too thick and then I have to thin it out with liquid, but this time I compensated and made it too thin. But it's still gonna be good. I still put bananas in it, even if they sink. And some hemp hearts and drizzle of maple syrup. And there you have it. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, let's try it. It's really good. It's not pumpkin-y, but it looks like it. I got a carrot chunk. But I didn't want to overblend it because it will get warm. You know, because the motor's so like high powered. This is a little bit like summer spiced soup, but it's really good. There's been things going on in my life lately, and I haven't been wanting to show up. I've just really been wanting to procrastinate. I just have not been on my game lately. I started journaling a couple weeks ago, but even the last couple days I have not been journaling. I decided to journal again today and I journaled for a couple of hours. I feel so much better. I highly recommend journaling because there's just this thing in my life that's going on. I don't want to talk about it, but I think it's just been pulling on my heartstrings a little bit. But I didn't realize that the emotions that I've been having was actually attached to that thing until I started journaling. After journaling, I attached my emotions to that thing. And I'm like, oh, that's why I'm like crying all the time. And ever since I did that, since I figured that out through journaling, I've been released and I can focus again. And I'm doing so much better. So I highly recommend journaling. I just thought I'd share that with you. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today. And you know, this was really fun. I'm glad I showed up. I'm glad I journaled and I'm glad I showed up. If you're new to the Earth-Based Kitchen, I make whole food, plant-based, and also wheat-free recipes. So subscribe and hit that bell button and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. I also have a newsletter and I'll put a link down in the description box below. That newsletter contains all the recipes. You can subscribe to it and receive recipes right to your inbox, or you could just visit it like a blog. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to eat my smoothie and go pursue joy. And I hope you do too. All right, bye.